YouTube, what's up? Bobby C back here with another custom handgun quick look, and today we are looking at a very rare, very exclusive, very mind-boggling 1911. This is the stainless steel Colt jury gun done by Ned Christiansen. And for those who don't know what the jury gun sets were, it was a set of, if I'm not mistaken, 5 consecutive serial numbered 70 series Colts done by 5 of the most well-respected gunsmiths in the world. I think the 5 were Jason Burton, Ted Yost, C.T. Bryan, John Harrison, and of course Ned Christiansen, as well as Jason Burton. So I guess that would be 6. So there are 6 of these one-of-a-kind guns. Each one built the gun to their own spec and put them on display at the 2008 SHOT Show. I would say, without even going out on a limb, that the most radical one is the one that's being videoed right now, the one that Ned Christiansen built himself. And I will walk you through the exterior of this firearm. The other reason I wanted to show this off is because folks have seen this firearm in write-ups and in posts that I've made in the forums, and they will, or they should, instantly notice that there are a few radical changes that have been made to the gun, restoring it completely back to the way it was in 2008. So after Bill Jury had passed away, this firearm found its way to a real, I'll call him, gunfighter who trained with this pistol quite a bit, and he decided that he needed a rail on this for a light. And in my opinion, I just didn't love that, so I asked Ned if he could remove the rail, weld the firearm back up to original spec, and then refinish it, and then from there test fire and ensure that it was functioning the way it was intended to. And I've just recently gotten this back, and I couldn't be more happy with the way this gun looks, feels, performs, and so forth. The real magic of this gun is on the interior. The thought process of this was to remove as much weight from the firearm as possible to almost give it a aluminum frame feel. And I can tell you that if I took this apart, it would be mind-blowing and boggling to many people. I would highly recommend looking up my write-up on this because I have the whole thing disassembled, and you will see all the work that was done to it internally, and it's just something that is extremely cool to see. So with that said, let's kind of walk through this. So the front of the gun, you'll notice it's extremely different than what you would expect to see on a Colt 70 series bushing. This actually has a cap that a wrench goes into those holes there. It unscrews and allows for a suppressor to be installed on this firearm. I'm in Illinois, so unfortunately I don't get to have those type of toys. But if I ever move out of this state, I will surely be trying to obtain a suppressor specifically for this. It's very cool, and something that I've never seen done on a firearm, at least in 2008 when Ned originally built this gun. There's probably guys that are doing something similar or making a integral suppressed 45 now, but in 2008 when this gun was built, Ned was kind of the originator of that concept. So all the lines, of course, straightened. You can kind of start to see there the trigger was lightened there. You can see that there's a chamfer around the slide stop. You will see in here that this has been completely cut back into the frame, conamids wrapping all the way through the mainspring housing as well as onto the frame. A very interesting design for the grip safety. The grip safety is pinned, with this being your actual safety. This pushes forward versus up, which completely eliminates any sort of issue in terms of, you know, your grip safety not being quote unquote sensitized enough. I know plenty of people that have reached and grabbed this out of a draw, not this particular gun, but a 1911, and all of a sudden they can't shoot because the grip safety is not completely compressed in. And this modification that Ned came up with completely eliminates that. You will see that shield driver sight. I have mentioned it. This is like one of the first renditions of the shield driver sight. So if you saw my Colt Delta video, it looks slightly different in the way it's stepped. It doesn't have that silhouette, but at the same time, same exact concept. Same way that the top of the slide has been modified, moving into that ladder pattern into the front sight. This one has a Nolan 45 barrel. I don't think Cart made a barrel that was able to accommodate what Ned was trying to do. You'll see a completely reshaped thumb safety with that cross hatching that Ned is known for. The slide stop, which I've mentioned before, he has this really cool chamfer that goes around, and then he modifies that out with some cross hatching. This one, just like all the others, has a deeper cut and up front and in the rear to allow for those cocking serrations to work a bit better. Conamids up on the front strap, that high cut that Ned's known for. With that high cut comes a reprofiling of the trigger guard. On this side, you will notice the mainspring housing again has been cut back into the frame. It's like a extreme max bevel from Chen before Chen was doing the max bevel, and then a completely reshaping and reprofiling of the 1911 grip. You can see kind of how it angles up, and then it gets on a more extreme angle right where kind of the bottom of the grip safety is, and that all comes from shaving down the frame and taking weight off of it. This is a brushed stainless look, so you know, it just has a very unique and beautiful look to it. Unfortunately, it's really hard to take pictures of and film, but at the same time, you guys can kind of see this one has been refinished to perfection. All bead blasted, giving you that contrast. And just to show you guys a little bit about what I was talking about, you can kind of see those holes that have been completely fixed and repaired. Anytime you're laser welding or anything like that, you're just going to get that. In my opinion, that just adds some character to this gun, and if people don't like it, I really don't give a shit. It's my gun and I think it looks cool. So there's that. The magazine release has conamids on it as well, and this firearm here easily fits in my hand better than really any of the other ones. That, and when you add to it that this has some thin grips, so it's got the thinner bushing, you can really wrap your hand around this firearm in a way that you can't on any other 1911 that I own. Not saying that you can't get a good grip or a good high grip, but just because the way the frame has been modified on this in such a way and in such an extreme way, I personally, with the size hands that I have, can really get my hands around this and control this better than really anything else that I have. It's really something, and without putting it in your hand or feeling it, you would really not be able to comprehend exactly what I'm talking about. I just think that this is such a neat gun. It shows off the just the genius of Ned Christiansen, and it's a beautiful gun for a stainless, you know, brushed stainless Colt. It's everything you could ask for and want, plus a million times more. Everything fits and works. Again, the way you can get extremely high up on this, and I'm probably going to do a follow-up video just to show exactly what the internals look like on this, because it is something extremely special and really cool. Trigger on this gun is amazing. It's extremely crisp, very, very, very smooth. And Ned's trigger work has a very unique feel to it. It's very different than any of the other trigger work that I felt from anyone else. It almost feels like a roll with a really, really nice follow, where you can almost feel the hammer falling on the roll, and then the reset is just what you would expect from a legendary top-tier Smith. It's fantastic. So in terms of a fighting pistol that's a little bit lighter weight, this one is just cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I don't think a video can do a firearm like this one in particular justice, because without having this in your hand, without seeing the radical changes internally, it's just almost impossible to appreciate the way somebody should. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the quick look. This is one of my favorites. It's an extremely special piece to me, and I feel extremely blessed and honored to own it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one. Till then, stay on those B8s and shoot straight, guys.